Hello and welcome to QQCatalyst. This video is going to give an overview of the different finance options or billing types when issuing a policy in the system. When on a customer screen or when viewing an active policy in the system directly, you will see a tab for billing information. Along the dark gray toolbar at the top of the screen, you will also see a drop-down for bill pay options. If the contact you are viewing is still a prospect and not yet a customer, these bill pay options will be grayed out until we change their status to a customer. When we are on a policy screen directly, if that policy is still in a pending status, it has not yet been issued in the system, not only would the bill pay options from the toolbar be grayed out, but you will also not see a billing tab yet on the policy screen until it is moved from a pending to an active policy by issuing the policy under the policy action option. Once you have selected to issue the policy, if you do have any quote information that you've previously entered under this pending policy in the quotes tab, then we would not have to re-enter the carrier and premium information. We can just select it here by checking the box. If we had not entered a quote previously, the system would take us through a quick workflow process where we'll indicate the carrier, the premium, and any carrier fees at that time. We do cover the issuing policy workflow in more detail in the Clients and Policies Overview training. Today's class we're going to focus specifically on the financing options when issuing this policy. And you'll see we have three options here. We can indicate if the policy is paid in full by the customer, financed through the carrier, or financed through a third-party financing company. Depending on the financing option I choose might also affect the billing type. If we indicate this is paid in full, I can say this is either direct bill or agency bill. If it is direct bill, the client is going to be paying their premium direct to the carrier, and we would be waiting to collect our commission at a later date. If it is agency bill, we would be taking the down payment into the agency and collecting our commission up front before forwarding the remainder of that premium onto the carrier. If I do select agency bill, then my premium sent is automatically set to net, meaning that I'm collecting my commission up front and sending the net amount of premium to the carrier. If we indicate it is direct bill, we can set premium sent to either gross or monthly, depending on how we typically collect that commission. If it's in one lump sum installment at a later date and time, or if we collect it monthly as the premium is earned. If the policy is not going to be paid in full by the customer, but is going to be financed, you have the option to select that we are financing it through the carrier, or it's being financed through a third-party finance company. If we indicate this is financed through the carrier, billing type will default to direct bill, and we can indicate if premium sent is gross or monthly, depending on how we collect our commission. If we indicate it is being financed through a third-party finance company, you will be able to select the specific finance company from the drop-down list in the middle. This is a list of all the finance company contacts you have created in the system, so if you do not see a company listed, you may need to create them as a new contact from the bottom toolbar. We cover the setup of the finance company contacts in the beginning portion of this class. Depending on how the finance company contact was set up, when you select a company, a default down payment finance option would be selected here, but we can change these as needed, depending on whether we need to use a direct bill or an agency bill option. The agency bill option would have our premium sent default to net, while a direct bill option would give us the ability to set this to gross or monthly. For this first example here, let's set our financing option to paid in full, and we'll enter this in as an agency billed policy. Our premium sent is going to be set to net, so we would be collecting our commission up front once we record that we've received the down payment. Catalyst will take you through a quick workflow while you're issuing this policy. We can select any agency fees. The down payment, since we indicated was paid in full and agency billed, it's already filled in. And then we can enter the amounts of our commission. Any commission rules that you have entered would pre-fill here as well. We do cover setting up commission rules in more detail in our class on Commission Central. Let's go ahead and click Finish to issue this policy. When you issue a policy, if there's any money to be collected from the customer at this time, we can either select to print an invoice to take a payment, or we can return to the policy if we're going to take either of those actions at a later time. Now that we're back on the policy, it's no longer in a pending status. It is listed as active, and we'll now see that we have a tab for billing information specific to this policy. When we click on the billing tab, we're going to see the billing information displayed that's specific to the current policy that we're viewing. If I wanted to go back to the customer level, we could click on their name here. The customer also has a billing tab. And under the Customers Billing tab, we would see all bills associated to all policies. We can see the policy number listed here. We would also see any bills that were created and associated only to the customer contact. So if the bill is not in regards to any policy premium, but is charging for something like an agency fee that we're collecting, we would find that billing information listed here under the Customers Overview Billing tab. When viewing the policy screen directly, we will only see bills associated to that specific policy. Your billing information is also going to be filtered by the date range or by the account type. So I can tell the system to show me all bills in the last 30 days, 60, 90 days, or from all time period. Or I can ask the system to show me only the billing information associated to the customer, to carrier commission, to carrier premium, to producer commission, or to finance company premium that is due or owed. Now, since we indicated that this policy was agency bill and that it was paid in full, we can see under the customer account that we're waiting to collect the down payment from the customer, and it's for the full amount of the premium.